One moment. Refreshing the page. I see we are live. I post a link in chat. Yep. Time flies, right?
Oh, Hello, hello, yeah, and happy 4th.
Hi, I'm well. Kyle, I am over here in the corner pushing buttons. It should be a good show. Happy 4th, everybody.
And you know what? I just discovered that my mic was off on the stream. So as you were talking. So yeah, thank you, Kyle. I think I'm broadcasting now. Sorry about that. If anybody's out there viewing, but we should be good. I'll recap here what I said. Uh, Maximus Slade's here, going to talk to us about the summer solstice. Max, how you doing?
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here, and it's been a great time, and thanks for having me.
Yes, and of course our videographer here and airport reporter Met Mez. Met, how you doing?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing well because today is the last podcast before the summer break for me. And we can look back on a successful series of important information in this year in the podcasts, reviews of aviation events, remarkable inventions and demonstrations. And in particular, we have gotten to know some special airfields through video reports, and Centerbury has found partner airfields as a result. I think we have made an important contribution to Network SL Aviation with this podcast and with all the content here. That's what I have to say too.
Very good. Yes, very, very well said. And yeah, so this has been a dream of mine. That we would build up the aviation community, and especially provide a lot of support for the airport owners as well. Because you make a sizable investment here in Second Life, and if, you got to have more than one airport, right? Because if you just had one airport, you wouldn't have any place to fly to. So you create partnerships and build up that relationship and form those bonds. And one airport knows what's going on at the other. If you're having special events, you hear about it, and it's just a great network that we have. So, and of course, this airport, St. Aubrey, is devoted. You have a vibrant sailing community here as well, and we don't just fly. We do other things. We have other interests in, whether it's racing or boxing, Kyle, or whatever we do here in Second Life, fishing, or whatever. I do a lot of different things myself. Fly spaceships and play around in the space station and things like that. But I'm saying that to introduce the video I want to show you, and it's Kyle's video here, and I thought you'd be interested in seeing this. Kyle's an up and coming boxer here in Second Life, and he's won his second match, and he's in training for his third match. So he invited me a couple weeks ago to be set in the VIP seat at ringside, and he didn't know I was doing this, but I made a video of it. He knows it now because I've already posted the video, but I thought I'd show it and let everybody enjoy it here today. So please enjoy Kyle's boxing match here. It's a short video because he got the knockout in the first round, very early in the first round even.
I gotta get up on my feet. I rise, battered, but I'm broken from the cold concrete. Bruised and scarred, but I won't concede. This is my battle cry, the anthem on my knees.
Ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by the Grid Games, Zach's Arcade, and Smoker's Fusion. It's time for the main event. In the red corner, wearing the black and blue shorts and fighting for Team Cryptic. At 6'3" tall, currently 1 win to his name. It is Category 5, Kyle Storm Fury! In the blue corner, with the black, orange, and blue shorts, fighting for Team Cryptic at 6'2" tall, making his fighting debut this evening, Reese Riptide Cascade! Gentlemen, let's get it done. All right, the main event and a lot of anticipation, even for rookies.
Red corner is ready. Round one.
Wasting no time at all. Both fighters to the center of the ring, toe to toe, before the bell even completed.
These two gentlemen are ready to slug it out. Oh, I'm sorry about that, man.
No, you're good. Watch the same thing. Wanted to say the same.
I got a question, Titus. Have you gotten a little bit older, man?
I'm actually going back in time. To the 70s.
Really? Nice.
Yeah,
Dude,
put a little dirt diggler.
Dirt Diggler.
Not there.
Oh, Reese is down.
very quickly.
5. This is 6, 7. Can he get up? He's up on 7 count.
He does get up. Kyle Stormfury with a very quick onslaught, but make no doubts about it. It's been back and forth since the bell. Reese doing his best to shake that off.
You know, these, man, I think that they're more like professionally fighting than maybe some of the pro fights, right? Does that make sense?
It absolutely does. And it most certainly seems so as well. Another flurry.
Oh, look, knock down. Can Reese get up? It's 7, 8. Can Reese get up?
And that is it.
In Category 5, Kyle Stormfury with a knockout in the first round. Very well done for both fighters. Kyle was not having any finesse for this one. No, they, like as you stated previously, they both came out ready to slug. There was not going to be any dancing on this one. Well done, gentlemen.
Okay, I love it. Ain't that great, Kyle? What do you want to say about your boxing career so far, Kyle?
So far, so good. I've had quite the surprise. I mean, I always go into a fight pretty nervous, but you know,
That announcer is spot on.
Man, he's good, isn't he?
oh yeah, Mike does a great job.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a real deal, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that is awesome.
Yeah, and Mike's quite an aviator. He's the last pilot that we've had that completed the Grid Flight Challenge. You know, where they start from northern Gaeta 5, and they fly clear down to Hedrosera at Port Caletta, and he just finished that, and he was did a very good job with that, very professional, and I think they have their own airline too, don't they, Kyle? Cryptic Airline.
They're looking to start their own airline. Yes.
Yeah. So they're aviators as well as boxers, but yeah, I mean the whole setup is just really cool, and you know, they have the arena's very nice. You know, looks. You feel like you're really at a boxing match when you go there.
Oh yeah.
I was just impressed with it, and you know, Mike really makes the whole thing. With the way he announces, man, I wonder, he doesn't do that for a living, does he?
No, the commentary is more or less more of a side thing he does.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's got the voice for it. You know, I'm envious of somebody that has a voice like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, if he like. We were just talking about those videos they got, the Bigfoot videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he could do like some kind of AI thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, be really good.
Yeah, he could. He really could. Yeah. Very good. Okay, so Kyle, when's your next match, Kyle?
My next match is on the July the 13th.
13th, yes, that's what you told me.
At 1 p.m. SLT. That's when the event starts. We're in a new arena this go around. The last event, the last 8 events before, we were on a half sim. We kind of had some trouble, from my understanding, so they moved to a full sim. We're gonna have a brand new arena, It's going to be great. I just seen what the new arena is going to look like. Oh my gosh, it's going to be great. We are going to do limited seating, so seats are going to sell out quick. So I mean, if it's something that interests you, hey, I can post a link in chat. And, uh, but I feel.
Can you add it to the video? Put a link in there.
Oh yeah, I can.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, I'll just put it when I post the video up. I'll put, if Kyle sends me the link, I'll put it up there. So yeah,
That's what's going on
so
with me. In the meantime, I was gonna be in the gym practicing away, getting ready for this. Um,
so
that's pretty much what's going on right now.
so the guy you're boxing, has he had any matches before?
Trayvon, I believe, is 1-2 the last I looked.
Okay.
I don't want to say I'm a shoo-in because you never know. You never want to underestimate your opponent.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Well, good luck to you. I'm looking forward to seeing that next match. So.
Well, thank you.
And yeah, I want to talk to the owners there, the promoters, about being a sponsor for them too. And also we're sponsoring Kyle's team here, so MTFB Radio is, so, or Kyle, he's got the MTFB Radio logo on his trunks now, so that's good. Thank you for doing that too, Kyle. And
oh, no worries.
yeah. And they use the MTFB radio stream there at the arena too, so they have that music playing. So, and I appreciate them doing that. So, that's great. Okay, Maximus, we're going to swing over to you now for our recap on the Summer Solstice 2025. Another momentous event. Was great. Just loved it. Had a lot of fun with it, and I'm going to let you say. I tell you what I've got here, if I can find it. Yeah, there it is. I've got a little. The videos you posted up on Discord, or I didn't take the videos. I just took the pictures. I made a little slideshow with it, and I'm going to put it up here. See if it's not. Yeah, it's not on the video. It's above your head. It'll just keep toggling through as you talk. So. If you want to go ahead and tell us, I guess I'll ask you, how was Summer Solstice a success this year?
All right, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I consider it a big success. Every year, as you know, we try to make it bigger and better, and I think we accomplished that this time. We had a lot more boats this year, for sure. All the docks, as you could see in the pictures that are scrolling through, are different phases of the event as it progressed from day one. This was a 3-day event that we've done for the past 5 years now. Actually, 3 years in this particular location. Yeah, we had a lot of singers, DJs, performers, the SLS cheerleaders, of course, that are always a signature event for us, and the drivers of SL along with LCC, Leewood Cruising Club. They're always a part of this every year, and I appreciate all their support to do this. It's become a tradition for us.
Yes, and any idea? I know you filled up the sim a couple times there, didn't you, where people couldn't get into the main Malolo Island sim, could they?
Yeah. Yeah, there was, out of the 3 days, it wasn't too bad. We only had a little bit of an issue towards the tail end of day 2, which is the actual Summer Solstice day. And we kind of figured that would happen because it is the largest and the longest event. And it is Summer Solstice day for us. And unfortunately, the sim where we are located at has a cap of about, I would say, 45 personnel who can come on to the sim at one time. And with all the events and all the boats and everybody showing up, it was, people were locked out for a little bit. But it started to taper off as the time went on, but we made it work. All the sims at one point or another ended up getting locked out because of so many boats and so many participants. I would estimate we had probably over 100 boats at any one time
Okay.
across all 4 sims.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. How many boats you had there, and of course people can park and stay for the weekend, right? And dock their boats and stay. So, yeah, it's always a lot of fun, and you meet a lot of people and new people, and here's some really good music and singers, some good entertainment. How many singers do you have at this? I know you're probably about the biggest, besides maybe the SL birthday events. Is You probably have more singers than any event that I have been to.
Yeah, we usually have every year we try to keep about maybe 5 singers per day, and it depends on the day itself because we've got a lot of other people performing, like the SLCS cheerleaders,
Yeah,
and then yourself with Billy Bob Psychedelic. So we try to fit it in, and some days have less singers than others, but typically out of the entire 3-day weekend, we'll probably have about 15 to 20 singers,
yeah,
plus DJs and all the other events. So it's pretty big deal for us.
yeah. And the thing about the summer solstice is it's also going on in real life at the same time as well, isn't
That's exactly correct.
it?
The SL version of this, we're mimicking or trying to bring the real life version of this event into SL so people who cannot actually go out or have a boat can actually enjoy the concept or the idea of what summer solstice is all about. So yes, this is happening exactly online, and we have the websites, and people can go there and actually join in on it if they want to, if they had their own boat, or create their own event. So it's open to everyone. It's something we do it every year. So if you miss it this year, by all means, come by next time, next
Yeah,
year.
I guess that was my next question. Of course, you're probably already making plans for next year.
Absolutely, you know that. As long as I can count on you too as well to be there. I mean,
Yeah,
it's kind of our thing now, so
yeah, yeah.
we can't disappoint. We can't let anybody down.
Yeah, it's a good event. So this was the 5th year running for it, wasn't it?
That's correct. For
Yeah,
myself,
for yourself. Yeah,
running it for Mano Line and Marina, the boat camping stuff, but the summer solstice event that is grid wide. So I do want to put a little pitch in there to let everybody know that really what I'm talking about here is just the event that I created here and on my area. But this event happens throughout the entire SL.
yeah,
Everybody signs up just like in real life. So there's events. There's the SLCG, the Coast Guard, that puts on a tall ships parade. There's so many different things going on. All of it together encompasses the entire summer sales event, not just my event here. I'm only one part of it. But yeah, that's what it is. We all
right.
come together every year.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool. So, uh, yeah, I always have a good time there, and drivers, as you said, the drivers of SL always create a grid drive that ends up there at Malolo Island, and then those drivers end up, camping there, do the boat camping thing for the weekend. So and participate. So the crowd starts really growing by when they do the drive. The drive, I think they have 2 drives that come in, right? So the first drive was on Friday night they left wherever their starting point was at 5 p.m. Second Lifetime, I think it was, and got in. Of course, then we did the psychedelic thing and the cheerleaders. And then they also had a midnight drive on Saturday night. And then I do it was Saturday morning. I do the 2 a.m. thing with the cheerleaders. They call them the metrics. They're the European version of the Second Life cheerleaders, European squad. So they do that. It's 2 a.m. for Second Life, but it's middle of the day there for the cheerleaders that's on the squad. That's why we do that. So it's 5 a.m. for me So I'm up till midnight or 1 o'clock with the other thing on Friday night, and then I get back up at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. because I got to take my dog out. If he don't go through his morning routine, he won't let me sit in here and DJ. So I have to be out there, be ready to go at 5 a.m. my time with the cheerleaders, and it's always a good time though. We have a lot of fun with it.
I have a question to Max. Did you need some special allowance from Lincoln Lab, or did you create all your things on Malolo with your permissions you have, or is there a collaboration with Lincoln Lab?
Okay, that's a great question. Thank you for that. So basically, how this works, it's a little bit difficult to deal with, but we made it work. So I had requested from the Lindens the use of the three protected water sims that surround Manolo. And with that, they were able to allow me free usage of the 3 water sims by removing the auto return from the sims. And they put in a res zones on the 3 sims, so people can res at the location, and then you could slide or drag whatever you need to the area. Or for me, really, it was because for my build, the build for the docks that extended out to all 3 sims, that allowed me to spread out and build on there, and it wouldn't get returned. Now, this doesn't affect all of our people that come here, the drivers specifically in the LCC, because they sail in, right? So they don't necessarily have to res on site.
I see. But what I want to know is
I was wondering the same thing you were probably is the capacity.
The capacity. Well, the capacity, unfortunately, we have to deal with what's available on those water sims, right? So I had a map where I showed everyone, and it gave the actual totals of prims availability on each sim, and anybody can, and we gave a limit. When I sent the notice out to all the 2 groups, LCC and the drivers, we gave everybody a limit of 120 prims for their boats, so that way we can try to get as many boats in as possible and not overcap the prim limit. But weirdly enough, we did not have any problems with prim limitations this year. That was not the main issue for us this year. This year was the amount of people. And what I mean by that is that the water sims, the protected water sims, are homesteads, so they could only have about 20 people on each sim at one time.
That's what I was wondering. Avatars.
Yes, avatars. So the 3 protected water sims had 20 allowances. So technically speaking, you could have 20, 40, 60 people on the 3 protected waters, and then Manolo is a full sim, which our max cap, I'm not sure why this is, it's kind of weird, but typically a full sim would have like 60 plus, but the full sim that Manolo's located on, we seem to cap out, and we've done it quite a few times at 45. So all together you could have, 45, probably be about almost 80, 90 people all in all sims at one time, right? And we did very well. We had a lot of people there all weekend long. A few of the sims got locked out, but not for too long. And we never ran out of prim, so I still consider it a success.
How was the collaboration with the Lindens? Was it complicated, or is it easy to collaborate with them?
I would have to say, because I've done this so many years with the Lindens, and my representative that I work with, and I want to give shout out to her, Midori Linden. She is so nice, and has always been there for me whenever I needed anything, or I needed something returned, or I needed assistance with the sims, or coordinating when I wanted the auto return removed and when I wanted to clean everything up, right? I worked with her. She was great. She's always taken care of me, and I have no complaints whatsoever on that aspect.
Okay, I see. Well, I'm new in this business, and I've contacted her, and I didn't get an answer till now. So we probably need a collaboration with a sim for the spectators. If you will make an air show, it's the next point on the list today we have to talk about. But it was interesting to listen to you.
Oh, no problem. I mean, it's we have to understand a lot of people that they don't realize how this event was put together. That we were loaned those sims and we don't have full 100% control of them, right? They give us a certain amount of leeway and limitations, and for the past 3 years that I've done it here at this location, we've dealt with it with the limitations, and we were able to still bring a very good event given the limitations. We tried to incorporate the Festival of the Oceans into this as well because we wanted to make one big area, but it proved to be too much to deal with the limitations and the vendors to do it. So we ended up having to move the Festivals of the Oceans back to its normal location because it just didn't work. It worked for me for my events, but not for them. So that's what happened this year.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was a little bit disappointing that it couldn't work that out, but hey, it's still, like you said, your event still came off, and that event still came off. It just had to go back to its original location. So, anyway, it was a great event. Congratulations, Max, on another awesome event, and looking forward to working with you again on that next year. But to Midori, your comments about Midori, I work with her when we do the Fly for Life. We rent 2 event sims for that, so we get 30,000 prims on each sim and 175 avatar limit on each sim. So we don't have those. Of course, it's pretty expensive too. So to do that, but we just rent them for 1 month. I would love to be able to keep them up all the time. So with those 2 sims, what they say is they put them in storage. They lock them up and put them in storage, and then when I submit the ticket for them to activate them again for the next time, they bring them online. Of course, I have to pay then, and then they res them out. They're available for me, and I didn't realize, but anything that's left on there is still there. So they just take them offline, basically, is what they do, and they keep them on the set up on the server. They don't don't do anything.
Okay.
Don't clear them off or anything like that. So I don't know this year. I usually have everybody clear everything off because we usually try to do something a little bit different every year, and it's just too confusing to try to build over stuff that's already there. So and it doesn't take that long usually to set things up. But anyway,
That's interesting that you say that. Maybe next year we can look into something like that because all the water sims that I used this year for my event, I didn't pay anything for them. They were given to us for
Right.
free. So
yeah,
if maybe that's something we can look into for next time, if we want to
Yeah.
avoid that, and maybe realize the original goal of combining the boat camp event with the Festival of the Oceans, but by renting
yeah.
sims for this event. That
Yeah.
that might fix everything.
Yeah, you could, that would. Of course, it's going to cost you some money, but
Yeah.
but it would, it would fix that because then you could do, whatever you want, however you want them, set them up,
Exactly.
and of course they're really good, support. The Lindens have been really good supporting on this, and we weren't as pleased with the performance this year because see those event sims are high, they're the top end servers. So when we do the air shows, usually it's just totally lag free. Well, it wasn't quite the case this year. I mean, it wasn't terrible lag, but we did have some lag issues, which we hadn't the first 2 years. But a lot of it has to do with the the changes that they've made here in Second Life and the texture stuff that they did that's causing everybody a lot of lag and things like that. And hopefully next year they'll have that resolved. But I did complain about that, and they gave me I forget what it was. They gave me some free stuff for next year, and and they're not going to charge me for some things that they normally charge for. So, they're usually fair about it. If you work with them and allow them to work with you, they're usually pretty compassionate, to our needs. So, and of course they should be. I mean, that's their business. They keep us happy. They keep people coming back, spending money, and that's the bottom line. When they say it's not the money, it's always the money, right?
Yeah.
So I had a company I used to work for, the plant manager, that was his favorite saying. When they say it's not the money, it's the money. So Max, again, appreciate it, and I know you're traveling. If you need to pop out, that's fine, but please feel free to stay and join us for the rest of the show here. We've got some more stuff to talk about here, and Metmez brought that up. We are planning an air show here at St. Aubrey on August the 19th, and we're working out the details, and that's one of the reasons Metmez is asking the questions about working with the Lindens, and we're trying to figure out how to do seating and accommodate the people that'll come, the spectators that'll come, as well as all the teams, and the extra prims and things that will result from that, having planes flying in and out of the sim. One of the issues that we have with air shows, like we do quite a few at Simsol, because they have a open water sim right off the end of the runway, a Linden water sim, and the problem is the spectators are on the sim that we take off from, and we take off. And Wade just sent me a note. It's August the 17th, not the 19th. A message just popped up on my screen from Wade. He's listening. Wade's organizer, organizing all the teams to fly here. So thank you, Wade, for that. And so it's August 17th. But one of the problems that we have is when we take off and we fly out and perform, and then try to fly back in, the sim's full. We've reached the avatar limit, and the planes can't fly back into the sim, so they're bouncing off the sim wall there in the water. So we're trying to figure out how to do some spectator stuff around on the other sims here. So Metmez, let's talk about your end of it, your promotion here and whatever. So
yes, I have contacted Linden Lab. First, I have contacted Midori with this question. We don't have any possibility on our Sims Saint-Aubry and Saint-Aubry's suit. It's not possible to host the spectators. It's not. We have some homestead Sims, so they are limited in 20 avatars. And water Sims are homestead Sims too. So we need permission to have the possibility to have more spectators there. So I contacted Midori, but I never get an answer. So I contacted Linden Lab too with an official ticket, and that worked with another person of Linden Lab. She made a ticket for me. That was 10 days ago, and since then I never heard anything. So I don't know what to do. Well, it's the 17th of August, but we have to know now if it is possible to make just a limit to make the limit higher on this water sim to post the spectators, and I don't know that. We will have to talk about after the podcast maybe the next step, how to approve Linden Lab to get an answer on the question. If we don't have success to post the spectators there, then we can forget it. That's the problem.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure we can work this out, but yeah, you're right. We'll have to do something. You could you can go on there and you can post stuff, replies to your ticket. You could post on there and ask, just ask them again. Are they working on this? Do we have can you talk to us about this? Can you come up with a solution for us or whatever? But because I know there's been a couple times, like when we've done the Fly for Life thing, and I've submitted tickets, and sometimes they don't answer, so I'll get on there and post a reply, and then say, hey, I sent this ticket in, 10 days ago or whatever, and you haven't replied. What, do I need to do something else or whatever? And then they'll usually reply pretty quick on that.
We have to look how to go on in this matter.
Yeah.
There's a question of Hakuria. She's asking me which teams are participating in the air show.
Right now, and Wade can correct me, I know we have Team Phoenix, of course, and the PAF, the Second Life French Air Patrol, and the Hawks Aerobatic Team, I know have confirmed that they will compete this year. Or not
and
compete,
what's about the other teams
perform. Yeah. What's that?
We have the other teams we have seen in Fly for Life, much more other teams.
Right.
Won't they participate?
We don't always, at every air show, we don't always invite all the teams to them. So, we can discuss that with Wade, but with our already attendance issue right now, that could create us more problems as well too. So, we probably need to discuss that privately with Wade. But for now, we'll just say, we have Team Phoenix, the Hawks, and the French Air Patrol.
Okay, I see.
Which is a good show. So, yeah. So what else? I'm sure we can make this work here. I know Team Phoenix has been practicing here for the air show on Sundays, and been practicing on Sundays for the air show here. The Hawks have been practicing as well, but on their own practice sim. They haven't moved over here yet to set up to see how they can fly here. So they'll probably be contacting you here in the next couple of weeks to set that up. But they also fly on Sunday afternoons, so I don't think it'll be an issue here. But if it is, you can work it out with them.
Okay.
So,
in every case, it would be a great event because I think we have very well conditions here. Low lag, we have open sea, we have more place to watch them, and I have watched your trainings, and it's great, just great. I'm looking forward.
Yeah, it's always fun, and people enjoy it. We always get comments like, "We didn't know you could do that. We didn't know you could do that with airplanes in Second Life," or "Why do you want to do that with airplanes in Second Life?" I wouldn't do anything like that, and things like that. So it's always fun, and also people listening, if you haven't been to an air show or whatever, I think all the groups, all the teams have fan groups too that you can join, so you can keep in touch with them and find out when the next air show is going to be. So I kind of call this the air show season. We usually and there's technically no season, but it usually falls out with the way people's holidays and real life and vacation times and things like that. How we usually, there's a period where we go without having air shows, and then all of a sudden we'll have a bunch of them together. So we're kind of in that season right now. So, looking forward to doing the first air show at St. Aubrey for sure. Anything else,
Okay.
Matt Mess, before we move on to the next topic?
We can move on.
Okay, and that is, let me bring up my, and that is you.
Yes. Well, as usual, I have the honor to present you another airport, and it's the airport Chamonix. And when I first arrived at Chamonix Airport, I was very impressed. It is unique, and I was very excited to make a video report about. I don't want to say anything more, so let's start the video I have made, and then I will say something about the owner, about Lethra, and about the interview, which doesn't took place, but we can talk about after the video. So, Luke, I beg you to start it. Welcome to the coldest airfield in Second Life on this early morning. Chamonix City and Chamonix Airport are located on the oldest continent in Second Life in the west of Sansara. The airport itself is located on the main area Wittesim. There are two other airfields on Sansara built by Lethra, the builder and owner of Chamonix Airport. One of them, a similar one, is Gateway. It is located on the southern coast of Sansara and provides a connection to Belisaria. For example, a flight from Gateway to Chamonix takes you over as much open water as possible, and finally along a road that leads directly to runway 02 at Chamonix Airport. In the second half, the flight path passes snow-covered slopes. This is modeled after Chamonix in real life, which lies at the foot of Mont Blanc, the highest mountain in the Alps, directly on the border with Switzerland and close to the border with Italy. The airport is located at an altitude of around 120 meters and covers the entire sim. You need a jacket to withstand the cool temperatures. The airport is designed so that virtually all large and small aircraft can land and take off there. The glass roof of the main building allows as much daylight as possible into the interior. The main building then extends down to sea level behind a glass facade and an unusual impressive metal structure. The spacious, light-filled interior welcomes us. This sculpture commemorates the first Winter Olympics, which took place in Chamonix real life from January 25th to February 5th, 1924. And this impressive skull belonged to a mammoth. It reminds us that fossils have been found near Chamonix. Behind the hall and on the floor below are the arrivals and departure halls connected by escalators and elevators. The airport can also be easily reached by car from Chamonix city. Internal roads lead directly to the entrances and exits. A gondola lift takes you from the top floor down to the sea to a small marina, from where you have a great view of the bridge leading to Chamonix city. Chamonix city is a picturesque winter sport resort. It also has a convention center and a hockey arena. This park is located directly below the airport and was created in memory of the fossils found in the Chamonix area. And so, in this ice age, some of them have been brought back to life here. The mammoth, cave hyenas. The wolf. Giant sloths. Saber-toothed cat. Chamonix is an impressive airport. Impressive because of its location, its beautiful design, architecture, its ingenious construction, and its exceptionally well-maintained technical facilities. Well,
Very
this
well done.
is what
Sorry,
in
go ahead.
this podcast, in the series of podcasts we have seen a lot of airports till now, and I'm very glad to making reports about them. And especially Chamonix is an impressive airport. Its location, its theme as an airfield in the snow, its architecture, its careful construction, it's very impressive. And the owner and builder that is named Lethra, she is a remarkable personality. I would have loved to have her at the table today, but unfortunately, she is tied up in real life at this time. We were also unable to find the time to record an interview in advance. So Lethra answered my questions in writing. I will summarize her answers as follows. Lethra built Chamonix at some point in 2022. She acquired the land from a former airport because she liked the location so much. Then she simply began constructing a new airfield without planning the project in advance, she said to me. And unbelievable. And her guiding principle was she wanted it to look nice. The terminal building was advertised on the marketplace as a store art gallery. She chooses it because not a lot of Second Life airport terminals allow for much natural light, and they're often cramped. So she wanted to do something different. Lethra bought Chamonix right after she finished building Gateway. As you have seen in the video, Gateway is another airport of her. So at first there was not much there except the runway and terminal and a very basic road connection. As time went on, she added a small dock, a cable car system, and a parking garage, a gas station, and so on. The airport traffic depends on how well the airport is publicized through passengers of Second Life announcements, grid flights, and grid drives. Most people think it's way more difficult to get to than it really is. But once they find a safe route, they love it. When security orbs pop up that change the ideal route, Lethra makes a demo video on YouTube so people can see how to get around them and how to get from one airport to another in the mainland. And the Ice Age Park is a funny idea. The terrain under the airport is very rough and uneven, and there's a very steep drop-off as you get toward the water. She tried some buildings under there, but everything looked awkward and cramped, so she figured a park like that echoes the research on the Ice Age that happened in the real-life Chamonix would be a fun use of space, and I can recommend it to go there. Lethra says that she loves the airport and she will always be making little changes to it here and there, but her main passion is really just getting people flying in the snowlands in general, because it's fun and challenging and beautiful, and while there are orbs, they're really no more dense than anywhere else on the mainland. In fact, there might even be fewer. She says that. So we all hope the podcast brings people down to the area. It puts Second Life flying in a whole new perspective. And I hope all the video report I have done are doing that too. That's the report about Chamonix Airport.
Very good, Metmez. As always, a very excellent video. You are very talented there, and I love watching your videos. You do such a good job of explaining and showing, the good features of the airport and the beauty of the airport, and that one is really nice. And I love that area. I've flown there quite a bit. in the snow country. I love that snow country. The big lake there, the frozen lake that you can land on. I like to fly my bush planes over there a lot. And
Mhm.
and you're right. It's not any harder to fly there than it is any place else. Uh, and I love the roads going over, driving over there too. It's a lot of fun, and I've driven to that airport several times. So yeah, it's really great, and I thank Lethra for she's such a talented builder and everything, and she adds a lot to the grid, and I appreciate that she's given us another great place to play at. That's great. So anything else about airports, your vacation, or anything like that, Matt Mez?
Well, I will be away next week, going to vacation the whole July. I will be back first week in August. And then we will start again with making the report. I have to say it needs some time. I have to research, I have to look for, I have to talk with the people about the airport. And making a video took 3 working days for me. It's a full-time job for 3 days then. And so we will see when the next video will take place in the podcast. As I have heard, you are going to vacation too in July.
Yes, yeah. I'm actually, and I'm going to do some video report on my vacation because I'm going to the Oshkosh Air Show this year. So
Great.
I'm going to be up there for 4 days, so I'm going to have a lot of videos and pictures of real life airplanes. So I hope to be able to share at the first podcast that we do after I get back from that. So yeah. So yeah, and if people haven't done any videos here, you don't realize how much work it really is. It really does. That the editing, the narration, putting together the narration, that always takes me a long time, and then you got to go film all the different parts, and then you got to edit it all together and make it look good, and it's very time consuming. Of course, we were talking earlier about AI, and I've been using some of that mainly to create my narrations and things like that. I haven't really used it to edit my videos yet, but I may mess around with that one of these days. But yeah, so it's a lot of work, but you're very good at it, Matt Mez, and we do appreciate you taking all the time here. You got a great passion here for this, and we're lucky to have you. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So going on to our next topic here would be the Builder's Corner, which our resident building expert and scripting expert, AW, he's on vacation, so he's not here. And so I did a video, and I don't have the technical expertise that AW has, so don't expect too much. But my friend Tiff Haystack came out with a new vehicle, which is very impressive. I rezzed it outside here, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit here. It's the Stratos X3, a luxury car. I'm cammed out to it. You guys sitting in here, I rezzed it out here. I took my airplane up and put it outside the terminal here. But yeah, it's a very, very impressive looking car. I've got, of course, just like any other vehicle here in Second Life, we can change the color of it. But so why are we, we don't just do airplanes on this show. We talk about vehicles and traveling in Second Life in general. And what I tell people, you got to get to and from the airport, so why not do it in style, right? So I love this, and I made a little video for this. It's kind of a promotion, and so I'm gonna play that along with my AI bot Natalie, who did the narration for me here, and she works pretty cheap. So, but she did a good job with this. So here we go with our video review of the Stratos X3.
In a world where detail, performance, and innovation define excellence, one vehicle dares to stand apart. Introducing the eXp Stratos X3, Second Life's premier luxury sports car. Over a year in development, this handcrafted machine isn't just a car, it's an experience. Designed with exceptional attention to detail, it brings realism, flexibility, and style to drivers of all shapes and sizes. Thanks to full prim-based resizing, the Stratos X3 fits you. Whether you're riding as a dinky, open pony, or a towering avatar, this vehicle adapts effortlessly. Need to step out while staying in control? Enter action mode. Walk freely while remaining seated, perfect for stylish roleplay or cinematic scenes.
Hey, good looking. You want to go for a ride in my new car? Get lost, you big jerk.
The custom Castray suspension system provides 4-point hover support, delivering realistic pitch, roll, and terrain response. Whether you're cruising coastal roads or pushing limits on a mountain pass, the ride is smooth, grounded, and responsive. Behind the wheel, dynamic steering adjusts seamlessly with your speed, wrapping the driver in a highly immersive experience, optimized for mouse-look control and third-person driving alike. And under the hood, a fully simulated RPM-based engine. Feel the torque, hear the rev, and watch the numbers climb. It's performance with purpose. With its naturally responsive handling, the Stratos X3 doesn't rely on scripted drift buttons. You drive it like a real car, and it drives like one. The eXp Stratos X3 isn't just another vehicle. It's a masterpiece of Second Life engineering, custom built for those who demand more from their drive.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get stand up here. Maybe if I can get myself back. Okay. I locked up here for a minute. There we go. My camera went wonky with me. So I'm going to stand up here and walk out to the car. I'm going to walk across the table. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Okay. So, yeah, pretty cool. And this is the standard size that it comes in. I didn't change the size of it. You saw how I changed the size. I was looking for the resizing script on the menu, control menu, but there's not anything there for that. So you just right click and go into edit, and then you can grab and if you go to stretch and then grab the squares, and then you can change. I'm going to change this now. Be advised, it will change your land impact count. Stock out of the box, it's 66. So you know, if that's a concern for you, be careful. Of course, if you make it smaller, the land impact's going to get less, but if you make it bigger, it's going to increase. I think I made one so big it was like 356 land impact. So the interior is very impressive, I think, if you sit in here and look. I do like the idea, you know, because I use vehicles a lot, especially when I'm filming. I use vehicle HUDs, a lot when I'm filming and things. So because I like to stay in, you know, mouse view, or stay in, you know, have my UI reduced for the videos, and you know, having a HUD really helps. So this one, once you sit in the vehicle, automatically attaches it, and so I like that. I don't have to dig through my inventory looking for the HUD, which makes it very nice. And of course, you got controls on your HUD with the turn signals and emergency flashers and headlights and the horn and like that. And then of course you got your cruise control, and there's a gesture there as well for setting the cruise control. And I think there's several other gestures. I didn't really take time to go through all those. I don't use those a lot. I have some gestures set up for my flying on the aerobatic teams, and I hate to mess with those. So I usually don't set gestures for things like this. and as it said in the video, we had a has a very impressive looking engine, and then of course the engine sounds here. I'm in park, so I can rev it up here without taking off, and I think I don't guess you can blow the engine, but I was tacking up to 8,000 on that one, so yeah, pretty cool. And it has some features here. I'm going to read down through the note card. Let's see here. Of course, you have a blind spot monitor. All the buttons inside here, let me cam back inside. All the buttons inside on the dash and the steering wheel are functional. And so, you can either, if it's convenient for you, you can cam in and change settings, which is handy. I usually, with vehicles, have to turn the steering down. If it's too high, I can't hardly control the vehicle. So here you got a button right on the steering wheel to do that, which makes it very nice to do. And of course, then you have your volume control and whatever here for your radio. It has a pretty cool radio system that it has. I don't want to turn this on because I'm afraid the videos or the music in there will get my channel blocked here, so for copyright. But there's 7 program channels already that have music on them, and then the 8th channel you can program yourself. So the way that works is it's not doing a stream. It's actually you're recording, playing recordings that you've created. So you can send, of course, upload files up to 30 seconds in length. So if you want to put a whole song, of course, you have to chop it into 30-second sections and then upload it. And there's a prim that you have to put it in to load in the radio here, but you can set that all up. And of course, the dash works. All the instruments on the dash work here. You got a nav system here, and here's that shows. I guess that's the internet, the network stuff. But so yeah, there's a nav system. So you got your map system and all that, just like a lot of other vehicles. So it's a very, very nice looking vehicle. And of course, again, you can change the colors, and everything works. It's got a fuel system. One of the interesting features I saw about this is that you have a bonus system here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, you'll get bonuses for driving this car. 1 overall horsepower added for each 20 miles driven, so you can increase your engine power. 1 fast acceleration horsepower added for every 50 miles driven, and 1 mile per hour added to your vehicle's maximum speed for each 100 miles driven. So bonuses are applied to your car every time you res this model. You don't have to take a copy of the car to save it. So every time, so you just take it back in your inventory, and when you res it, all the bonuses will be applied to it. So I thought that was a pretty interesting feature. So check them out. There's a link if you go to the Marketplace store, the EXP store on Marketplace. I should have put a link on here, and I didn't do that. But you can test drive them. There's a link there where you can go test drive one of these. So it's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. And oh yeah, I'll show you the set thing. So what that set thing or that walk thing is, so I'm in the car, and say I'm on a sim that if I stand up, my car's going to get auto return, but I want to set outside or whatever I want to do. So I just click on the car and bring up the menu, and then you got this drive walk tab up here, and I click on that, and come out. So I come out. So the vehicle's attached to me, or I'm attached to the vehicle, whatever. And so there I am. So then if I click and bring up the menu again, then it got all these options where I can sit on the rear if I want to. So walk around, and so I'm sitting down in the rear, and so let's see here. Let's go up on the. I'll lean up on the front fender. So that's pretty cool. You saw my luck trying to pick up a girl with this, and it didn't work too well. But but anyway, yeah. So that's just a fun thing. And of course, if you want to get back and drive again after you've done that, then you just come back here to the menu and hit drive, and you're back in and ready to rock and roll here. So in the car, there's an option here. I got it set. As soon as I set in the car, it starts, and as soon as I stand up, it shuts off. So that is the Stratos X3 vehicle. Very nicely done job, I think.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. So again, we don't just do airplanes on this show. We like to promote grid traveling as much as we can. I'd like to change my seat here. I can't bring up that menu. Okay, I'll just stay in this dumb pose for. Well, there it was, and I shut it down. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that's all I've got for today. And we'll go back around for one more final word from everybody, starting with Hikira. Metmes, does Hikira have anything to say?
He didn't write anything. Maybe some second later we can go on in the round.
Okay. So we'll go on to Bull. Bull?
I just, on your video there, Matt, I wanted to say it was a fantastic pilot you had on there.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. And did anybody, well, I think Hackey's got one. Matt, you might have a new Danny's plane.
Yeah, I don't have that yet. I've been going to buy it. I just haven't had time. If I buy it, I won't have time to fly it yet. So I haven't messed with it. But
well, I kind of like the look.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good. It looks like it'd be. I like twin engine planes.
Yeah.
I love the one.
Yeah.
Own that.
Yeah, I'd like to. I'll probably get it, and maybe we can do a review on it here. We'll get AW to do a review on one here.
Yeah, and on the August event, yeah, we're talking to making our sim able to what was it, 20,000 prims, I think, to the next jump.
Yeah.
But I just can't justify that. I mean, it raised the Avies to 100.
Right.
I mean, and I was hoping they'd have a 10,000 or a 50
avatar. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they don't have that.
Jump from 5 to 20.
Yeah.
I think a 10 would probably, a lot more people would find
a
little better deal. I don't know. I mean, it is what, we'll have to talk some more about that, because as, like, we use a South Sim to stage the aircraft and to park them.
Yes.
And we can get some of that Linden water. There's 4 Sims that meet right off to the north, 4 Sims, so you could, there's 2 Linden Sims there, so that'd be 40 people right there, plus main sim.
Right.
60. So I don't know. It depends, I guess, if they can give us access so we can put some bleachers out on the water or something like that. Isn't that what the thought was? I think.
Yeah, I
You
think
want to
so.
leave the Linden sim. That's where you're gonna want nobody in it, probably, huh?
Right. Yeah, the one right off.
To the north.
Right. The one. Yeah, right off the north. There.
You're really not gonna want any people sitting there.
But you'd want them on the water sim surrounding that. You could put that. That's what they've done before at other air shows, and what they've done is I know they're at Sinsall. They've parked a boat out there and then leave an avatar set on it so it doesn't get returned, and then people can come out and sit on the boat.
Yeah, we could do that, and that wouldn't even cost anything, right?
You just have to make sure somebody stays on the boat all the time.
Right. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That'd probably.
But then we only have 20 avatars out on the sim, so it's not a lot.
Yeah, but you could do 1, 2, 3 sims
the
surrounding
main. Yeah, you could put them on each
three
sides of that sim. Right. Yeah, you could do that.
That's right.
Yeah. So that is.
Some ferries.
Yeah. The ideal thing would be to get the Lindens to let you put a dock out there and put bleachers on it. But if you can't do that, then that's an alternative that they've done. And then just make sure when we promote it that we put the landmarks for that in the all the information that we give out about the air show, so people will know where to go.
Were we gonna have a landing contest too, or?
Oh, that's up to you guys. If you want to do that.
Hacky would probably have to run that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
we will. That's two different things. The show we are preparing is a show with the teams. They show us how to fly their figures, and the landing contest is another show I will talk about after.
Oh, okay.
Then, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't really have anything. I just,
Okay. No, that's good. Good stuff. Yeah. Good conversation there. Yeah. And I mean, with the air show, you can do, you can attach anything to that you want. If you want to do a landing contest, if you want to do a party, have a party afterward. A lot of people, they have a party afterwards or something, a dance or whatever. That's all up to you guys if you want to do that. We'll try to accommodate and support it.
So we have to wait to the reaction of Linden Lab. And
yeah,
I
right.
hope very that they are answering our questions. It must not be so difficult, I think. It's a yes or a no. And I have 3 times intervened in the last week, and I didn't listen to anything. They don't answer my questions. I will try it till I going to my vacation, and then we will see.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Kyle. Producer
Hi.
Kyle. Anything from the production room for us?
No, but I do want to say thank you to MTFB and SLAN and you personally, Luke, for taking me on as for sponsoring me.
Yeah.
So thank you for showcasing that car. You're making me want to go out and buy one now.
Yeah, it's a cool looking car, isn't it? I really like it. It's really nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what I'm here for, Kyle. Help you spend your Lindens. Yeah. So good luck in your upcoming fight. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Thank you, brother.
Maximus, are you still with us?
Yes, sir. I'm still here.
Okay. Any final thoughts for us?
No, everything. I'm glad to be here, and thank you very much. And good luck on your next fight there, Kyle. That's pretty
Thank
cool.
you.
I was watching that. And I also want to know, how do I join in all these events that you got going on there, Luke, with the flying and the contests and all that stuff, and landing contests? I want to be a part of that. So.
Okay. Yeah, we'll we'll send out notices. We'll make sure I'll make sure I personally send you the information. We normally,
Is there a group?
Not specifically for this, we usually send it out. Are you in the SL Aviation group?
I have to look.
I send out notices in SL Aviation and drivers of SL and usually GTFO, Unity Airport, and Unity Passengers. I usually send out messages in those groups. Sometimes Danny Planes too.
I don't have that one. If you get a chance, send me one. Send me a group invite.
Okay, and then I have a group, the SL Aviation Network group, that I send out to as well. So I'll send you the SL Aviation and the SL network. So you'll be sure to be informed, and then I'll try to personally make sure I get the information to you as well.
Awesome.
Metmez?
Yes, well, Akira said me to announce the following for tomorrow. Tomorrow there will be an event at Naval Air Station. I give you the information in the local chat. Wait. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's popped up on my screen too.
Okay. This is a very cool event because it's on this Naval Air Station on an altitude of 1,000 meters. There are some challenges. There are landing competition, there are jumping competition and things like that. It's starting at 10. Oh, I have to. It's for Second Lifetime. It's 12. It's 10 Second Lifetime tomorrow until 12 Second Lifetime. So everybody is invited to participate there, and all explanations will be given there of the place. It will be an interesting event.
They're having a landing contest and a skydiving contest as well, I do believe.
Yes.
And then there's a dance and a tribute band, is Guns N' Roses, I think, afterwards. So yeah, be a cool day.
So the landing contest is a little bit difficult because you have to land flying through fog, through a cloud. You don't see anything, and that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, that is the event. Akira begged me to say it. Mm-hmm. And concerning me, I'm very happy to be a member of this podcast, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming half year. And I'm sure we will doing some next great podcasts.
All right. Yes, thank you, Matt Mess. And I did want to say I was going to work, and I ran out of time. I was going to work on a little tribute video for the 4th of July here, since the United States were celebrating our 4th of July, which is our biggest national holiday, I think. And, we had fireworks displays going off all over the place last night, and they're continuing tonight. So, yeah, we're having a lot of smoke and things going on in our neighborhoods here with all the fireworks. Because here in my city, I don't know how long ago it has been, but they made basically any fireworks legal here. For years it was not legal. People would still set them off, but they'd have to go to other states to buy them where they were legal to sell, and then they'd bring them back here and set them off. But now, we got fireworks stores, and they set up stands, a couple weeks before too, and people spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on fireworks. And I'm not doing as much as I used to because I kind of got bored with it after a while. It's kind of funny when it was illegal and we had to bring them in from another state. It was fun and we did a lot. And then once they made them legal, I got bored with it. So I don't know what that says about me, but it's so anyway. We got Hakira's got her Stars and Stripes hat on. Thank you, Hakira, for that. And Bull's got his Uncle Sam hat on, top hat on, and I've got my USA sports team suit on. I've got some stuff. I think I got an Uncle Sam outfit somewhere, but I didn't think about it in time to put it on. But anyway, happy birthday, United States, and we hope you have 249 more. But yeah, so it's hard to believe the country's been here 200. This is the 249th celebration of it. So 250 years next year. So old. So
that's just a drop in a bucket to most of the other civilizations in the world.
You think about it, yeah, really. I mean, you think about thousands of years, for other civilizations, but just think about how, things that, for thousands of years they stayed pretty much the same. There wasn't any technology, the limited technology and then the last 200 or 300 years, look how the world's changed with the technology on land. So, okay, I'm going to cut everybody loose, and I do thank you again. And I'm not sure the date. I talked about maybe possibly doing one next week with AW. I'm not sure that's going to happen, but because nobody. I know Metmez won't be here, but we'll talk about it. He may have some stuff that he wants to present since he's been gone for a couple weeks, he may not have been working on anything to build. So anyway, stay tuned, and I'll put out the notice when we decide to do the next one. It may not be until August now, due to our vacation schedules. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you very much. See you.
Take care, everyone.